Thank you for joining. My name is Marlene. I'm one of the implementation specialists here at AccuX. And as you can see, I'm going to be presenting today's webinar. So first, what I'm going to be showing is how SMS Plus works, how you can send a message to a patient. And also, I'm going to be showing you how Pathways works. If you're not sure what Pathways is, I'm going to also explain that in the demo today. And also, I'm going to show you how to create your own templates. It's quite easy and straightforward and exciting. And also, before I get started, I just want to let you know that if you have any questions about anything that I'm showing today, please feel free to chat with our support team by going into our website and clicking this speech bubble over here, the green one. And you can always email us any questions you have at customer.success@accurx.com. So yeah, and if anything, you can also reply to the email that I'm going to be sending to you with the recording. Yeah, I think we can get started. As you can see here, I have my clinical system open. I'm using System 1 today, but do not worry if you use IMIS, it works exactly the same way. And in my system, I also have my test patient that is open in the background. If I want to get started with SMS Plus, what I need to do is first use my toolbar over here. So I'm logged in my toolbar as well. As you can see, I have different icons. The most important one at the moment when you log in is your initials here. If they are white, it means that you are ready to get started. Once that's done, all I need to do to send an SMS is go into the message icon in my toolbar, the first one, and click on that icon. So I have my compose a message screen that opens, as you can see, and I'm going to move it here to the middle. If you look at the top, you can see that the system has pulled information from my patient's record, and I have the name, date of birth, for instance. And most importantly, I have the patient's phone number over here. And if I look here to the right, I can also see that I have the patient's consent to contact them via SMS. And you also have the option to send an email to the patient if you don't want to be sending a text message. In that case, what you need to do is go here to the right. As you can see, I have mobile here. But if I click in the arrow, I have another drop-down list that appears. And I have the option to select the email, as you can see here. And I can also view that I have consent from the patient to contact them by email. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and select email. And as you can see here, I don't have a registered email for this patient. But if that happens, I can always click here and type down the patient's email and then send it as if it were a normal message. And I'm going to show you now how it looks like when you are sending a message to a patient. So I'm going to take this out, go back to my email option here and click in the arrow. And this time choose mobile. Amazing. To send a text message, I can just go after the greetings here, click and type down what I need to type to my patient. This is a free text box, but I'm aware that you might not want to do that and you might want to save yourself some time and, for instance, use a template. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out. And to find a template, what you need to do is just go into the search box over here, click, and you have a drop-down list that appears. These are all templates that are available to you. And if you look here at the top, you can see that it's written created by you. That means that these are custom templates that have been created by myself, for myself. But I can also see templates that have been created by people at my practice, and I can use them. And if I scroll down, I also have templates that have been created by AccuX, for instance. Ooh, I'm trying to not do it too quickly. But for instance, you can also see templates that have been created by AccuX, and you have different categories as well, so that it's easier for you to find the templates that you want. I can also search for a specific template if I don't want to scroll down. So now I'm going to go ahead and select this custom template, for instance. And I'm going to confirm that I want this template. Amazing. As you can see, the text has appeared. and I can still add some text if I need to. But what we generally advise to help with SMS costs is that you make sure that the message is concise, up-to-date, and relevant to the patient that you are messaging. So I'm going to leave it like that. And the next thing that I can do is, let's say I'm checking in on a patient and I want the patient to get back to me. If that's the case, I have the option here in the bottom left corner to check this box, which is saying allow response. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then, as you can see, I have my name that appears here, and I also have this box that appears in the message. So this box over here is where the link will be generated so that the patient can get back to me. And that link will be available for 7 days or until the patient gets back to me. So it's only valid once. And then over here, you have generally your name, and that's because we have the assigning function for the patient's responses. So in this case, for instance, I have my name because I'm the one who's going to be sending a message to the patient. But if I want to change that, I can do that by clicking on my name, and I have another drop-down list that appears. So here, for instance, I can view teams, and I can assign the patient's response to a team. And if I scroll down, I also have the option to assign it to a specific member of my practice. And if I don't want to scroll down, I also have the option to search for a specific person. So for instance, I'm searching for my colleague Hannah over here. But I'm going to leave it assigned to myself for now. So myself, and that's it. And also, like I said, you can share documents with your patients. So if that's the case, you can go here into this Clipper button. And then you can also, as you can see, attach a document from your device. So in my case, it's my desktop. I can also attach a document from my clinical record, and even attach an NHS UK device link if I want to. So I'm just going to leave it for now. And if you want me to show it, how it works, it's quite simple. It's just another link that's going to be added to the message. I can go over that as well. So I think I'm ready to send a message to my patient. So to send a message, all I need to do is go here into this blue button, and I could go ahead and click send now. But I also want you to be aware that you have the option to schedule the message if you don't want to send it right now. If you go into this arrow here to the right, you can click here, and you have the option to, for instance, send the message tomorrow or at 8 a.m. If, for instance, you are working out of hours, you might not want to send it at 10 p.m., for instance. So this is helpful. And you also can choose a custom date and time if you want a specific date and time. So all you need to do is click, and then you can go ahead and choose the date that you want and the time as well. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to send. And before I click send, I also want to be aware, I want you to be aware that you have the option to not save this message to the patient's record. If it's, for instance, an admin message and you don't want it to clutter the patient's record. So as you can see, I've unchecked this, and now I'm going to go ahead and click send. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear, I have some noise in the background. Just going to go ahead, hope that's not disturbing. Yeah, amazing. As you can see, it has been sent, and this is what it's going to look like for the patient. And you also have the option to always save the message to the record if I haven't done it before. So now I'm just going to go back and click on my message icon, so I can show you how it looks like when you are creating your own template. So it's the same thing as before. I have my compose a message screen, but now instead of using a template that was in the list, if I want to create my own template, I can go ahead and click in the search box again. And I'm not going to choose a template here. I'm going to go straight to the bottom and click this create and manage templates option. So it's over here. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be taken into the web and into my manage organization page. So my computer is a bit slow today. I'm really sorry about that, but it's going to be loading. Amazing, it's loading. This is where I want to be if I want to deal with anything that has to do with custom templates. If I want to create my own template, all I need to do is go into this blue button over here and click Create New Template. And in this page, I'm invited to write down and create my own template. So first, if I scroll back to the top, the first thing that I need to do is choose a name. So I'm going to choose this one, for instance, not very creative today. And then I can also assign these to a category. So for instance, I can choose to just create an admin template and make sure that the category is admin so that everything is together and easier to find in the drop-down list that I've shown you before. And then all I need to do here is just write down the content of my message. And like I said before, the best thing is to make sure that the message is concise and up to date and also relevant to your targeted patient. And then when I'm creating a template, I also have the option to associate it to a SNOMED code. So I can go ahead and click here. And then as you can see, I have a list of SNOMED codes that I can choose from. So for instance, I'm going to choose this one. And then when I'm creating a template, I have the option to also choose whether or not I want the patients to reply to the message whenever I use these templates. So this is what I'm talking about. If I want patients to reply to me whenever I use these, I just need to toggle this on. And that's it. If I'm ready, I can just go ahead and save the template. And it's ready to be used by me. If I want to create templates to other people at my practice or share the template that I've created with other people at my practice, all I need to do is just, for instance, click this blue button saying copy to organization, or I can go to the top and click on my practice templates. So these at the top is supposed to be your practice name and then templates. And when I do so, I have the option to create a template right away to be available to everyone at my practice. So that's it. That's quite straightforward for templates. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat. I'm going to get to them in a few moments. Now, I'm just back into my Compose a Message screen. And the last thing that I'm going to be showing you is pathways. So if you are unaware of what pathways are, they are messages that you can send to the same patient over a certain period of time, and they're really good for reminders, for instance. So I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. To find templates, I need to go into my search box again. So I'm going to click. And this time, instead of scrolling down, I'm going to go into the pathways option. So this third one over here. So here I can view the different pathways that have been created by Accurex. And I can, for instance, look for a specific pathway, like for instance, this one as well. If I don't want to scroll down, I can choose to preview it. As you can see here, I have two messages, the first one over here, and then the second one over here. And if I'm happy with whatever I'm checking, if I want to send these, all I need to do is go ahead and select this template. And then here, as you can see, I have two messages that appear in my Compose a Message screen. So with templates, for instance, with these pathways, what I can do is send the first one now if I want to. And I also have the same options as just a single SMS, for instance, allowing a patient response. And then I can schedule the second one to be sent 2 weeks from now, like this one, or I can choose to change the time as well. Like I said, it's the same options as a normal SMS. And then if I'm happy, I can go ahead, leave it like that, save it to the record and send it to my patient. But if I don't want to send the templates that are already set for me, I can always choose to remove this one. So I'm going to go ahead and do it and create my own custom pathway. To do that, I just need to, for instance, type down my first message as if it were a normal SMS, just one single message. And then I can go into the button and click add another message. So I'm going to click here in the plus sign. And I'm going to have a second message, as you can see here, that has been added. And then it's the same thing. I just need to type down my second message. And like I said, it's the same options as a normal one. For the second message, I have the option to schedule it for a time that suits me. And that's it. It's quite straightforward. Then I have the option to send it as well or save it to the record. So I can go ahead, for instance, and schedule this one. And I'm going to show you now how it looks like when you send. So yeah, it's taking quite a bit of time. I'm really sorry, my computer is slow today. Amazing. So it's the first one has been sent, as you can see, and it has been saved to the record. And the second one has been scheduled to be sent tomorrow at 8 a.m. So yeah,